Hello and welcome to the online church. I am Pastor Tom of the online church, and welcome anybody, any race, any color to this wonderful church. We hope you can join our wonderful online church family. We care for you and we teach. We don't ask for anything, just for you to watch. Just a short video, and we teach you the wonderful, wonderful things of the Bible and of just any day life. So, as we teach you this, please listen carefully, and if you want to take notes. So, anyway, let's get started. So open your Bibles to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1 through 7. I'm going to start reading here, and we'll talk about this later. Anyway, my child, never forget the things I have taught you. Store my commands in your heart. If you do this, you will live many years, and your life will be satisfying. Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep in your heart. Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on any of your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you the path to take. Don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Proverbs 3, verses 1 through 7. And this verse right here means a lot to me because it tells you a lot about how you have to fear God and obviously do what He says. So, as we go through this lesson, it's telling you what to do what He says. And believe in Him, trust Him, and He's always there. So, as Proverbs says right here, it says, don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, well, that's the key word right there. Instead, right there. Instead, you gotta listen to that right there. Don't do this. Do this. Instead, fear. Now, fear is a strong word to say there. But if you don't know what that means there, we'll kind of explain it to you. Well, fear the Lord means He's higher than you. Listen to Him. He's better than you, obviously. And just do whatever He says because He knows what He's doing. He knows what's going to happen 3 seconds from now. He knows what's happening 3 years from now. So, yeah. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Right there. I mean, that's the turning point. Turn away from evil. Because they want you to change. Turning away from evil doesn't mean just praying every night. You have to understand what it means. You can't just go to church and understand what it means. You can't just watch us and understand what it means. You have to understand, believe, and live the life of turning away from evil. And one example of that is Mr. Jonah and the whale. And obviously almost everybody knows with Jonah and the whale what happened in this. Obviously, Jonah didn't obey God. And look what happened to him. So, if you think about it, it's not too good. So, what happened to Jonah was, first God told him, in his little land, when he was walking down the street, God appeared and said, you must go to Nineveh. Well, why? Answered Jonah. Because you have to clean their land of filth and sins by telling the king to listen to God. They're not going to believe me. Just look at their king. They're killing guys. Just look. I understand, but it's my mission to you, God answered. And then God disappeared. He left Jonah with a choice. He could run away, or he could listen to God and go to where he's supposed to go. Well, obviously, we all know what happens. He chose to run away from God, which is impossible, and took a ship. And that ship took him nowhere but into a whale's mouth. So obviously, he went in the ship, and a thunderstorm came. And then he knew he was the problem, and he had to go to Nineveh. And that if he was thrown overboard, the thunderstorm would stop, and his friends in the ship would survive. So, they threw him off board. And suddenly, just when he got thrown off, BAM! A giant fish swallowed him. He was in that fish for 3 days. 3 whole days. I mean, come on, you can do a lot of stuff in 3 whole days. 3 whole nights. In those 3 days, he prayed to God, and he noticed what he did wrong. He knew it. He said, God, if you let me out of this whale, I will do what you said. I don't care how long you just keep me in there. Please keep me out, and whatever happens, it's up to you, God. You're the mighty God. And guess what? Fish, spit him out. He went to Nineveh and did what he was supposed to do. Now we have some questions for you right here. Things to think about after the story of Jonah. What do you think Jonah did wrong? Well, obviously, if you think about it for a couple seconds, you know he went on the ship instead of going to Nineveh, what God said. Number 2, why do you think God had the big fish swallow Jonah? Well, obviously, first of all, teach him a lesson. Obviously, Jonah learned from that lesson, and he knew what to do. He prayed in that fish and prayed for 3 days and 3 nights, came out, spit him out, and he did what he was supposed to do. Number 3, why did God give that Jonah the task? He thought Jonah could do it. He knew what was going to happen. He did it for a reason. Number 4, why didn't Jonah go to Nineveh? Obviously, he was scared because they hated him and they thought he would kill him. So, he was dumb in one way, but always trusting God. That's all we have for today for the online church. Please come back, subscribe, and comment. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. God bless you.